All right, so here's my duck. And my duck one, I think I was in Newport, Rhode Island like 15 years ago. And I saw this cute little poster that said, you know, float like a duck while paddling underneath. And it got me on this thought of, like, this whole duck thing is such a great analogy about the work that we do. And I started really looking at ducks based on this thing, because I was like, what is that poster suggesting? And I thought about it, and I saw, I mean, these ducks, right? They just float along the surface, and they're just so cool. You ever notice ducks? They look like nothing's bothering them, right? They're just floating along. Well, underneath the water, though, a duck is paddling like crazy. But on the surface, it looks really very calm. The other thing about a duck is if water falls on a duck, you ever notice they just kind of go like that? And it all beads up and rolls off. Like, they never look drenched. You could be pouring, they could just go, and they come up and they just go, and they're set. I love them. Think about it. Okay. So then I started thinking about this, and I'm like, okay, it's like the work we do. So say on Saturday, right, you're working the desk, and you're sitting there, right, and some kid comes up and says, some woman comes up and says, hi, my name's Kyle, and you realize you've just like, she's living with a guy, because we thought she was a guy and she's a girl, and now we got a guy. You have two options at that point, right? You can be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe housing screwed this one up. They put a guy and a girl together. This is like ridiculous, okay? Or you can be like, oh, you know what? Just give me a minute. I got to make a call, and I'll be right back with you. Why don't you help yourself to some water and some donuts, and I'll be right with you. Do you see what I'm talking about, the difference? Nobody likes a belly-up duck. Okay? Imagine a duck like upside down, drenched, float with legs kicking. You don't want to be that. Right? Okay, so now I'm not saying you can't, when you go in the back room, be like, what the hell are we going to do? Okay, that's venting, that's normal. I'm asking you to all be fake people. I'm just asking you that for the goodness of the people we serve, it's a good idea for us to maintain that calm composure so that they can follow our lead on that. And that'll be on opening day, and it'll be throughout the whole year. People will try to flip you all year. They love to abuse ducks, okay? And you're RAs, and that's what's going to happen. They do it to me all the time. I've had students come in my office, and they're like all furious or mad, or I've had students come in who are really upset, and I always come back to these messages I've told you about. I've always come back to, first of all, not letting it get me belly up. That's number one. Number two is I try to figure out what's happening to the students, what their lighthouse is. What center point, what axes are they operating under at this moment? Is there room for conversion? Can I have any place with the student to help them feel better, to learn something, to have a good experience? And maybe it's not what they first brought to my attention. Maybe I have to work a little harder to figure out how I can help the student.